So, Shelan, I'll let you tell your pedigree and go ahead.
I'm no
And
expert,
please eat,
but I'm
y'all.
just here to help try to give back what people have given it to me. I've been in banking for 30 years. I was not hip to saving money when I first started the bank. I mean, my background's like Mike. I came up, my father worked, my mom didn't. We had a one income household. I said we didn't do vacations because we didn't have it. My dad worked in the summer times. That was his way he earned his money. So we just weren't taught to save money or save for trips or anything like that, or owning your own homes even. I look at, people my parents' age or even a little bit under them, like 60s and 70s, I'm like, people don't own their homes, they rent it. And I'm just like, why do people not own their homes? But they weren't educated. We didn't know. We didn't know that was for us. That wasn't something that we thought we could do. So when I first started the bank years ago, I started out as an administrative assistant. I was in retail management. Then I went to loan department. Then I went to HR for a little bit. Now I'm back out on the front line. So I've been a little bit everywhere within the bank. Jack of all trades, master of none, I guess what they say. But with that being said, while I was in those areas, I had people that took me under wing. I was like, man, why do they get to go on vacation all the time? I know how much they make. They make about the same I do, We get a two-income family now. Why they go on vacation and I'm not? And they were like, you can do it. And I'm like, you don't know what my bills, this, that, and the other. So I had a guy, I'll never forget, his name was Hugh Graham. He said, Shelan, I want you to do this. How much money do you think you can do a week putting aside? He said, let's just start out with $20. Can you figure out $20? I want you to open a savings account, put $20 in it, park $20 in there. So I did that. We did that for 6 months. He asked me how I was doing. I said, I'm fine. Of course, back then we didn't have digital banking internet like we do now, so I didn't really have to look at it. So I opened it. I said, well, it's doing okay. A year later, he comes to me, how we're doing. I'm like, oh, it's going pretty good. Now, mind you, I'm going to say interest rates were a lot higher back then than what they are now with savings accounts. But still, I didn't touch it. I forgot about that account for 4 years. My husband came in one day to take some money out of the bank. And he was wanting to take money out of the savings account. And they asked him which one. He said, I didn't know we had more than one. I thought we just had one. And I said, no, we have two, but he forgot about that. We did that 4 years ago, so we forgot about it. So when he looked at it, he was like, oh, we got that much in there? So his thought is, oh, let's spend this money. I'm like, no, that's not what we're doing. I wanted to save that money so like Mike said, a rainy day come or you got something happen to the house, you have it there to pay. I got tired of always having to scrape up this and that if something happened, or where am I going to get the money from? I want to take a loan out to have to, that's more financial, strain on you. Have to take a loan out to pay for something to get fixed. So with that being said, I still have that account there to this day. 30 years later, I still have that account there, and it's been accumulating. So the thing about it is, what I said, savings rates aren't as high as they are back as they used to be back then. So now I said I'm gonna be smarter. Once I get a certain amount in that savings account, I pull that money out and I open a CD, which has a higher interest rate. So then that CD is earning me more money. My money's making money. So I don't have to touch that money because that's my security money. I have a regular savings account, put money in for spending money and things like that. But if you want to get ahead, you can do it. It's going to take you some time. It's going to take some discipline. And it's going to, it's a mindset. You got to change your mindset. Do I really want to do this? So we're going to go through my presentation. Bear with me. I changed it up a lot of times. So before we start, I wanted to read some statistics to you. 44% of African Americans have good credit. I know, y'all think credit doesn't mean anything, but credit really it means a lot. Credits nowadays determine on if you can get a good job. Some places do background check credits on you to see where you stand at with your finances. So getting a home, getting a car, anything like that, they're going to look at your credit to see if you're keeping a good standing with paying your bills, things like that. So most people say, oh, I pay my bills. No, paying your bills doesn't mean paying your bills 20 days late. It means paying it by the due date. So it gets reported every time you're late on your payments. So we'll go over that later too. 44.1% of African Americans compared to white households who have 70% invest in a retirement plan. So there's only 44% of black households that really even participate with a retirement plan. That means saving for your future. 3 out of 4 black households have less than $10,000 when they retire. $10,000 when they retire. Where an average white household will have anywhere from 120 to way up, on up. So it just fathers me when I look out there, or even when I'm in banking, I see people come in and things like that, and I'll help people. If I see someone that's got money there, I'm like, hey, you might wanna move that money over here and do this. And they're like, well, no one's ever told me that. No one's ever taught me that. My thing is, we gotta get our young people educated. And we can, it may be too late for some of us. Like I look at my mom and them and they're like, okay, we're 80, this isn't gonna benefit us. But you can tell your children, you can tell your children's children, and then that's how you break those cycles and break those reoccurring cycles of debt or not being able to get out of debt. 44% of black households own their own homes, compared to 70% of white Americans that own their homes. So it's just crazy to me that only 44% of African Americans own their homes. That's 30% less than anybody else. So I'm not trying to make this a black or white issue or an ethnic issue, but it's just what it is. And so we're trying to break that so that it is. So we're going to get started. Up here, I said this is our agenda. We're going to explain savings, what your goals are. Some people, like I said, we got different ages in here in the room, so some people's goals are going to be different than other people's goals. It depends on where you're at in your stage of life. Your needs versus wants, that's a big thing. You think you need that thing right there, you need that item or whatever, you really don't need that. Your savings options, expense sheet, credit scores, and then questions and answers at the end.
What is a good credit score?
Oh, I had that at the end. It's in your book, but yeah. Most places, if you have a 700 on your credit score, that's good. 700 and higher. If you're below 600, they really don't want to deal with you. They will, but you're going to have a higher interest rate if you go to like a secondary lending company, which we do have. Our bank has a sister company that does those secondary options, but you're going to look at like 22 to 30% interest rate versus getting like a 9% interest rate if you have good credit.
So how many scores do you have? 1, 2, 3? Is that effective? Which one do they look at?
No, they're gonna look at, there's 3 different credit bureaus. You've got Experience, Equifax, and TransUnion, yes. There's 3 of those. They're tiered differently. They range anywhere from 300 to 800 or 300 to 900. There's a tier in their back. I can put it in your thing. It's gonna show you where you should be at credit-wise, whether it's good, bad, whatever.
Okay.
You don't want to be below 6. 6, you want to be above 600, but I say 7 or above.
So when I was working for the Highway Patrol, I did the backgrounds for employment, and that was one of the things I had to look at. I looked at all 3 credit scores and what their cumulative credit score was. That's what they used. Looked at credit score, and then I looked at payment history, because all their payment history is on there. So if they were delinquent, not paying, if they filed bankruptcy, then I would have to go, hey, what happened here?
Right.
Hey, a lot of times it was going through a divorce or something, then we put that down. But a lot of times it was, well, I just wasn't good with my money. So, and there's been people that they didn't hire because of that, to make that straight.
And also, if you have a bankruptcy, they don't like to hire you.
Right. Unless that bankruptcy, I think the
Again,
government's 7 years. Yeah.
13, 7, 11, oh, that's the same, isn't it?
Huh?
Chapters, 7, 11, 13.
I mean,
It's all pretty much bankruptcy, isn't it?
No.
it's all bankruptcy,
It's
but some of them
bankruptcy,
you
but
have to
they're
pay back, some of them you
Yeah.
don't.
Some of you
Some of them
don't.
for businesses.
Okay.
Okay, what does savings mean? What does savings mean to you guys? To me, it's security. Peace of mind, there it goes. Future comfortability. Your goals obtained. I'm still gonna open up one of these because I don't like it going this slow. Save money to get things that you can't afford right now, things that you wanna buy in the future. Saving for the future requires patience, discipline, like I said, change your mindset, but it's all gonna be worth it if you just take your time and hang in there and do it. Successful saving depends on elements which it presents as we call them the ABCs of savings.